Hey, Gabriel here with the Icon Capture GPS Intelligence Brief for May the 10th, 2026. All right, grant and research portfolio managers, we need to talk because this is one of those boards where if you only look at the opportunity count, you are going to misread the market. Here's what I want to do with you today. I want to walk through the new opportunity flow, the legislative and executive movement, the regulatory and court signals, and then, bottom line, what this means if you're actually managing a portfolio right now and trying to decide where to lean in, where to stay patient, and where you may be kidding yourself. Before we start, this is the last brief before this terrain window narrows. 0 seats left in the GPS board review, 1,000 new opportunities across the federal terrain. That signal is what opened this session, and it will not repeat the same way tomorrow. Code GPS 300 at the-govcon.ai capture now. Let's read the board. So let's get right to the facts. Over the last 168 hours, GPS surfaced 1,000 new opportunities posted on SAM.gov. 3730 legislative signals, 0 federal hiring signals across 0 agencies, 21 C-SPAN captures. And all of that is happening while market BCL is 0% with 0 agencies stalled under the continuing resolution. In the past 168 hours, a striking 1,000 opportunities have surfaced, yet the capture ticker indicates a curious lack of detailed information on the monetary scale of top postings. Take, for instance, the pending proposal from Blueprint Medicines Corporation and the award announcement from Spec Ops Medical Supply. This absence of concrete figures often signals a broader theme in market accessibility versus sheer volume, where quantitative allure meets qualitative voids. While the legislative docket is bustling with 3,730 entries, the executive branch offers little in terms of immediate influence. The balance, or imbalance, between legislative activity and real-time execution can skew the perception of opportunity viability. Managers who read this tape know that high legislative numbers without corresponding executive follow-through might lead to a frustrating CR drag, where potential seems ample but actionable paths remain fleeting. The capture terminal helps visualize these dynamics, laying bare the stark contrast between an apparent flood of opportunities and the reality of accessibility constraints. It's a classic case of looking beyond the raw volume. For those managing this grant book, the key lies in discerning which opportunities can truly penetrate the bureaucratic fog and translate into tangible benefits. Now, shifting focus to the secondary signals, the terrain is notably smooth with 0 terrain holes, suggesting a stable yet perhaps overly predictable landscape. The absence of hiring agencies, and lobbying clusters could imply a market in stasis, lacking the dynamism often infused by strategic personnel movements and advocacy efforts. Court opinions hold no sway in this period, leaving legislative shifts as the primary force in reshaping demand conditions. Without judicial interpretation, the legislative landscape might seem like a map without legends, full of paths but lacking clear directions. For grant and research portfolio managers, this could mean that market mispricing lurks in the shadows of overvalued legislative changes, where headline-grabbing policies mask underlying executional inertia. The absence of lobbying activity further sharpens the focus on legislative signals. In a landscape devoid of advocacy noise, smart portfolio moves might hinge on anticipating policy shifts that haven't yet caught the broader market's eye. For managers keen to capitalize, the strategic play involves identifying where legislative momentum aligns with emerging market needs, crafting proposals that preemptively address unmet demands. The current market is a policy-driven landscape where legislative and executive shifts are actively redefining demand conditions. As portfolio managers, we must ask, are we aligning our submission strategies with the evolving policy directives? How can we leverage the absence of bureaucratic delays to accelerate project timelines? Are we adequately assessing the implications of a zero-terrain whole environment on our project risk profiles? The conviction is clear. With 1,000 opportunities free from agency stalls and BCL risks, now is the time to strategically position our portfolios to capitalize on a seamless funding climate. Last thing before I sign off, and I want to be direct. 0 seats left in the GPS board review. When this window closes, the terrain that justified it moves on. Tomorrow's signal will be different. The next session will read a different board. If the brief we just walked through gave you a reason to act, now is the time. Code GPS 300, communities.theicon.ai/capture the-govcon-elite. 4.6 million records, 4 verticals ready, provenance traced from bill to award. Like and subscribe if you're managing a federal grant, research, GovCon, or commercial portfolio. I drop a new GPS brief every weekday. All links, terminal preview, Shipley sessions, live cohort calendar, and the full brief are at communities.theicon.ai/capture/the-govcon-elite. Register free and it's all there. This is Gabriel. I'll see you tomorrow. It looks like you've been inactive for a bit.